Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
What?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
It's like the
paper, scissors, shoot. I think he's gonna double up.
Is MMA the future of combat sport?
Yeah, I think so, because I feel like there's less politics in MMA, and the best generally fight the best when the fans want to see it. So for that reason, yes.
I would agree with that in the sense that if you get beat, you're not down the pecking order. You can come back and have another big fight straight away. But I don't know, boxing's like lasted the test of time. So I feel like with promoters like Eddie Hearn, young, hungry, coming through. Obviously, I know like said Dana White and stuff there, massive support. But I don't know, just I can see Eddie bringing like Frank Smith through and just keeping the game going.
Yeah, I agree with that. But is MMA more dangerous than boxing?
Yes. Throw it out the window.
Straight. I don't know. You know, I think they're both high risk.
Yeah.
So I've never heard of a casualty in MMA, but yeah, I don't know. There's probably been a few in boxing.
Yeah.
But it's, like you said, it's been around for much longer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how tall are you?
About 6'5".
Would you fight at what weight?
Well, weight 93 kilo.
I'll say you're a bit heavier, but
yeah.
I'm 5'9", 5'10" on a good day. Like, there's no way, your legs are up to my shoulders. So imagine that I'm coming at you, you're just spinning around, like kicks in my chin. Do you know what I mean? I've got no chance. So yeah, I feel like you say though, there's been more injuries in boxing, but over the period of time.
Yeah.
I just worry about the weight cuts in MMA.
Yeah, that's a big factor because of obviously boxing you have a lot more weight classes, right? So MMA you've kind of got to pick your place, and it's there's like a 10 kilo jump between some weight classes. So yeah, no, I agree with that.
There is more money in boxing than MMA.
Yeah, I think obviously you're a big star in boxing. Yeah, I feel like you get paid. But
what about at the lower levels?
I feel like on the lower levels, yeah, I think it's quite similar. Yeah, I feel from what I've heard and the boxers I spoke to. Yeah, I feel like it's quite similar.
Why is there more money in boxing?
I don't know, but I would say it's because I feel like fighters have a bit more freedom. Where like there's different promoters and I don't know how exactly it works, but I feel like you just got more freedom with your contracts and stuff. Cool.
I suppose with MMA it's relatively new, and if you're not in the UFC, then it's like the others that are on the up. So it's I suppose they're not getting the financial backing of the sponsors and stuff. Yeah, which I can agree with. Yeah.
MMA fighters have a wider skill set. Do you agree? If so, why or why not?
Yeah, I suppose because we're just stand-up boxing, whereas obviously, I wouldn't say a wider skill set, but you've obviously got to do a bit of everything. But I mean, if you're an out-and-out grappler, then your skill set's no wider than a boxer. You know what I mean? But yeah.
No, I agree. I feel like a boxer is a specialist in that one area, but obviously it takes a lot to get.
Jack of all trades for
exactly,
MMA. But I suppose it's a good term, jack of all trades, but your main thing is like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But obviously we're focused on just standing up, boxing, hands, feet, in and out. But I suppose there is a lot in MMA. So yeah, I would say it does. I would say it has we have a wider skill set just on the fact that there's so many disciplines to learn. So yeah, I think because like the first in secondary school, my mate was saying to me, you need to get into MMA, like watching it. And I think he gave me this is how long ago it was, it gave me a tape to watch of a fight.
Yeah.
And all it was on the floor. And I just said, this is terrible. But then like, I've come to appreciate now that what goes into the grappling, the floor work, and like why he's not tapping, because he's got his arm here. Like,
it's like chess. You know what I mean?
No, that's it. It's a chess match. You know?
Yeah.
Do you think MMA fights can go 12 rounds like boxing?
Ooh. I feel like there's people out there that can do it, but I don't think a lot of us could. Well, like, because they're 5-minute rounds. But if they were threes, maybe. But the whole thing of like grappling to striking takes a lot. It takes a lot, so it would be tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I agree, because I don't think a boxing match could go like 5-minute rounds for 12 rounds. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The damage would be
crazy,
massive, isn't it? Especially with little gloves in MMA.
Yeah.
I think it would be tough. MMA has one champion and boxing has multiple champions. Who's the real champion?
MMA has one champion. What does that even mean? Like,
I suppose one champion per weight class, whereas...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
You've got the different governing bodies in boxing.
Yeah, that's how it looks to me. It's like, but then you've got other promotions like PFL and the Bellator. You don't know who's the man. Do you know what I mean? Sort of thing. Still in MMA, but in boxing it's a bit more confusing, right? It's like 6 belts, maybe 5.
4 major, and then obviously like the Ring magazine.
Yeah. So what's your opinion on it?
Unless you're like undisputed, carrying all 4 belts, then I'd say, it's a bit.
What are the 4?
You got the WBC, IBF, WBO, and WBA.
Those are the main ones.
The main 4,
Alright, who's the GOAT of boxing and MMA? So like, you pick a GOAT for boxing and MMA.
Depends what eras we're going for. Over the years, it goes back to the early 1900s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then like obviously Muhammad Ali, later Mayweather, who's still doing it now with these exhibitions. So I mean, what was it, 50-0? Yeah. Showed that he can beat an MMA fighter, beating Conor McGregor. I think obviously, to me, I'd say Floyd. I'd say Floyd's the GOAT. I feel like what I've seen him do in boxing and like the champions he's beat, but I feel like he's had some control over when and where he's taken certain fights. Yeah, I think he was smart in taking fights at the right time. I wouldn't say he had an easy path, do you know what I mean? But I'm just saying he was a bit calculated. But I would say the GOAT of MMA, tough. I'd say John Jones maybe, John Jones, His resume, like the youngest champion, 23, when he won the belt, and he just cleaned up the division. So I'd stick with John Jones. But in a generation when everyone's all about that would you not say Khabib because he's undefeated? Jones is undefeated. Yeah. But his one loss was like a disqualification. That he was battering the guy anyway. Do you know what I mean? But Khabib, I don't think Khabib defended his belt enough times to get over John. He's definitely in my top 3 though. Maybe top 3. Yeah. Your next potential opponent, obviously I'm hoping to get Canelo. You've got Amin. Yeah. What are you thinking for that? He's like a Dutch kickboxer. Remember I told you Newcastle's cold in March? Extra warm up. You know what I mean? So he's like a Dutch kickboxer from what I've seen. His MMA, I'm not too sold on it. So I feel like I'm gonna clean through him quite easily. Yeah. My humble opinion. Good. Yeah, so what's your? Hopefully Canelo. One of the pound for pound stars of boxing. I feel like I'm coming off my career best year and he's probably coming off one of his lowest years in boxing, having lost to Bivol. Up at light heavyweight, stepping back down to fight Golovkin in probably a win, but a lackluster performance. Then having surgery on his wrist, so potentially getting him at a good time, but it's all there to be seen.
Yeah, that would be mad. That would be crazy.
I'm feeling confident. Favorite boxer / MMA fighter?
Favorite? Okay. Favorite boxer right now? I'd say Gervonta Davis. Yeah, he's just like, his fights are quite exciting, mean, he gets some crazy knockouts. MMA, I would say Ryder and Simeon right now. He lost his last fight, but I just love his style. So I mean,
and I think that's obviously that's a good thing about MMA. He's lost his last fight, but his next fight can still be a huge fight.
Exactly. So,
I think that's a good thing. MMA, obviously, I do really like Benson Henderson. Obviously, the Diaz brothers. Nate Diaz, always like the Stockton slap. Wouldn't like to be on the end of one. But I think either one of those, Nate Diaz or Benson Henderson. Boxing's tough. I mean, I've been a fan of Canelo for years, but now I'm looking at him as a rival, so you've got to put it to bed. I mean, Golovkin, I've been a fan of for years. I was watching these before I'd even turned pro, so admiring what they was doing in the game, and the likes of Mayweather, Miguel Cotto. I'd have to pick Miguel Cotto. I've loved that he's faced diversity, he's been beat, he's come back, and he's done it through multiple weights and ended his career well.
How did you get into the sport of boxing?
Obviously, growing up, watching the likes of Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank, Senior that is, and later on, like Steve Collins, they was great. Like early 90s, going to the 2000s, Prince Nazim. So I think just always wanted to get into it. I mean, I've never had the flair of Prince Nazim or the outspokenness of him, but just love watching it growing up. I think that just attracted me to the gym.
That's sick, bro. I'd say what brought me to MMA was, growing up, and you get to that age where I was playing football. So I was playing football, 16, everyone now off doing other things. I was I've always been a fan of, I was actually, it was MMA or boxing I was gonna go into. And I've always been a fan of the Rocky movies and all of that shit. So I was like, let me try it. And literally joined the MMA gym, and that was it, man. Like, it taught me discipline, it taught me a lot of things, so yeah.
Did you ever do boxing beforehand? As like
I went to a couple classes at the local club and stuff, but I never took it serious. So I mean, I started with kickboxing. That's alright. So I liked when I got my legs involved and stuff. So yeah,
that's just what puts me off it. Like MMA as well. You know, like fighting barefoot. Like the amount of times running through the hallway at home, like I've stubbed my little toe on the wall and just think, no way I could be kicking people in the shins.
You get used to it. And like the first couple months are brutal. Like your legs are battered, and you know what I mean. But you get used to it. Yeah. What's
one thing boxing can take from MMA?
I feel like, the fact that the best fights the best. When the fans want to see it, sort of thing. There's no politics. There's less politics in getting the fights done, and it's like the best fighting the best.
But like, would the best in the UFC fight the best in like the PFL?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's a good one. But hey, who knows? See what the future.
Yeah, I think like for it to rival boxing in that sense, whereas like if you are made mandatory for a fight or you're gonna unify, like the promoters will work together. So in order for MMA to like be on par, I feel like all the other organisations should join forces and let like their best 175 fight
the best. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. But yeah, that's one thing I'd say.
For me, I think we're lucky enough that we get these unification fights to see who the best is. But then again, I say I've obviously been on the end of a few bad decisions and defeats. So you're working your way back up through the little 8-rounders and the 10-rounders for no money what you used to earning kind of thing. And Whereas in the MMA, you will lose, but you can be back up at the level you was operating at, and I think that's a good thing.
I think as well, boxing could also take that a loss doesn't define that fighter sort of mentality, because it's like sometimes it's like a loss in boxing is like, oh, it's looked at, it's like so bad, but
like you're ready for the scrap heap. Like,
exactly. But in MMA, it's like, nah, it's like you lose, but like you can still be a superstar.
Of course,
do you know what I mean? So boxing has more fans than MMA. I can agree. Of course.
Yeah, I think boxing just attracts the men, women, children. Whereas I think women are like, they just see MMA as being brutal, don't they? And it's like they don't like the brutality of it, and mums worry about their sons doing it. And I think just boxing's got more casual fans and more family friendly.
Right. Yeah. No. Because I feel like it's been around for generations, and it's you know what I mean. It's been passed down, that trend of watching boxing with your family. So, but I feel like maybe in a couple of years and the way things are going, and I feel like MMA could become that thing that families might sit down and watch. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, because obviously the older generations ain't been brought up on MMA.
Nah, exactly.
They've been brought up with boxing, so it's something that they've put into their kids, and then their kids are put into their kids. So
exactly.
I think the change can be coming with MMA, and it will catch up. Yeah,
for
definitely.
Sure.